Tonight, Haunted Scouse has the immense privilege of being invited to investigate Liverpool's Royal Court Theatre. The current theatre as we see it today stands on the very site where almost 200 years of plays and theatre shows have taken place. Dig deep down under the foundations of the theatre, however, and you will find the original site of the Liverpool well. For our investigation tonight, we will be joined by Ian Christie, the head of marketing for the Royal Court. A few little shots of the stairs and everything when we're coming back.
These upstairs, they're the ones. This is the original 1938 floor.
Strip away the modern surroundings, and this location was once the site of the Siege of Liverpool back in 1644, when Liverpool Castle was captured and destroyed. With one of the ghosts of the Royal Court being that of a man dressed in a soldier's uniform, would we make contact with that cavalier as we investigated this grand theatre? Or maybe we would make contact with the old caretaker Les, who still haunts this building he was so proud to call home. In the very top balcony, seat D12 has quite the reputation. Would we be able to enhance that during our investigation? Join us as Haunted Scouse investigates Liverpool's Royal Court Theatre.
Hi and welcome to Haunted Scouse, where tonight it's finally happened, hasn't it? Our teachers used to say it, our friends and family used to say it, that one day we'd see you two in court. But we're not just in any court, not Liverpool Crown Court that is. We're actually here tonight in Liverpool Royal Court in our beautiful city of Liverpool.
Yeah, listen guys, we've been invited to come along and see if we can find any evidence of the ghosts that are said to reside in this building. But we're also here to promote a fantastic play that starts on the 9th of February, also called Haunted Scouse. So from our side of things, are there any real ghosts in the Royal Court? Well, it's time to get on with the show and find out. What happened?
Aside from us and Alan won't leave stage door because that's where he's got to be. Something then, like we did.
Well, I genuinely thought that was, you know, like the windows, the porthole windows, like the theatres have. And I genuinely thought it was like a silhouette going across it, but it was Adam going past the light that's making it look like a porthole. if you look to the, it's not through there, eh?
No, we're just saying.
Oh, yeah,
generally,
yeah.
We know what you saw, but what we heard was we don't know.
Yeah, they heard just.
It sounded to me, it sounded like a mop bucket. You know, you like a handle dropping on a mop bucket.
Yeah.
But there's us three.
See, it's starting.
I'd say Alan will be at stage door. He doesn't move from stage door because he's got to keep an eye on the door.
It's starting already. I don't know what we'll do.
Before we even began filming properly, Chris was explaining to Ian how they would start the episode when the activity began.
So it's built by paranormal investigators for paranormal investigators, and it scans through the frequencies in the radio. Excuse me, but it's detuned, so you can't stop it on 96.7. You've got radio.
Yeah.
It's detuned from it, but it will pick up some intermittent radio. But what you listen out for, I would say to people, you listen out for it, it'll sound like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
So every now and then you might suddenly get like a blast of da-da-da, which is music, and then it'll go, hi. Music, and then it'll go, hi. Music, and then it'll go, hi. Hello. Okay, that's a cat ball that's just been pushed off fucking, and I hope that's in shot. Wow. Okay. Mate, where did you put the cat ball over there? Because it's just rolled off the table.
What?
Did you put cat balls on the table?
Yeah.
Right, well, one's just rolled off as we were just talking off camera. Right, so let's go. It's episode mode. Okay. Oh, please be in shot. Where's it rolled off? So it's not that one.
There was one.
Was the one on here?
No, it was over. It was on there. It was on the chair.
Where is it?
It was on one of those chairs. I think it was on one of these chairs here.
Yeah, what's this here?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, please tell me. Go and check. Please tell me that's in shot.
I guess not.
You are just about in shot.
Right, so hopefully.
But you'd hear the sound, wouldn't you?
Oh Christ, yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So just turn that. In fact, it's got a light on. Bring it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, cat ball door in front of me now, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, hello. So we're on this side so far.
Got one bar here as well. Lights have been drained on this. Let's turn this one up. Right.
Right, so if I take that off you, because you were the one that put the cat ball up there.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you just left the room.
It's always the way, isn't it? But obviously, put the REM pod just behind you there. Just the K2 is on the table there, and then I think they were the main two bits of kit that went down first, and then the cat ball sort of just hit the tables here, and then I remembered that there was the actual seating here, so I'm pretty sure it was on here, and I mean where it was, because of what happened possibly upstairs, so when you put something on there, I thought, well, if I balance it here in between the arms.
Yeah, and then just to point out,
there's no
if I come down on a level there, they're angled backwards.
Yeah.
And then there's the cat ball there.
So if I turn that back on, you'll see where that was. That's where it was put.
Yeah.
So it's resting nicely in between the arms of two chairs.
Yeah. But it is
and
resting.
It's rolled.
It is resting where I'm flat on. That's going to go backwards if anything.
Yeah.
But it's not going to move the cushion.
Yeah.
Okay, right, let me just spin this round. What I will point out, guys, and I'll take it over to say hello now. We have got Ian, one of the marketing team here at the Royal Court, who was stood with me. That's who you've heard me talking to off camera when Adam's come back in. So I think with It seems to like when you're not over in that area, but just to get a quick shot in here, eh? It's first little bit of
I know, I
activity.
wasn't expecting things to happen so quickly. It's the first room we've been in, and already a little bit of disruption, a little bit of something.
Made us jump.
I know, yeah.
Literally, it did. But yeah, we hadn't even done a bit to camera to say.
I know, it's. I think this is definitely somewhere to start, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
With everything
100%.
that's happened, which is a bit strange, as you think we're actually here in, in the Royal Court. That why aren't we upstairs doing the main theatre? But I think this has definitely got a bit of a vibe to it.
Yeah, exactly. We're investigating the building, guys, not just the seats, not just the stage. And obviously, I'll click to the couple of cameras now that we've got lock-offs. We're filming up there anyway, so anything happens up there at this same time, I'll slot it in and we'll cut back and forth. But I think we need to go with an S-box down here, I think, because it's, I can see the K2 out the corner of my eye. I was literally just explaining to E about the S-box and what it is, and thought I'll explain off camera when so that, and I'd literally in fact I just turned around I think and said yeah, you're listening, you might just hear like la 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 off a song, but then you'll hear a voice go hi, and as soon as I said hi, that flew off.
I hit the deck. It didn't just
Didn't roll it like
a couple of bounces and off it rolls.
Right, okay guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to go with an S-box. Now for those unfamiliar with the technology, it's called an S-box Spirit Radio. So it's been detuned to radio frequencies, but you can see it's scanning through radio frequencies in FM in reverse very quickly, so it won't pick up any radio. What we're listening out for is something like a walkie-talkie voice. As you've heard us discussing off camera, you're listening for something that sounds like a voice answering our questions or trying to get our attention. So for the spirits that have made themselves known down here already, I'm going to switch this device on. Please don't be afraid of it. If you come near me, we'll be able to hear your voice and you can tell us if it was you and maybe tell us what it was that you've moved.
Watch carefully as Chris reacts to an orb passing right behind his head. Was this the same spirit that moved the cat ball?
Are there any ladies down here?
Soft cam, have you pressed record on that? It seems a bit slower. There we go.
Hello.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell us your name?
Meanwhile, upstairs on the middle balcony lock-off, we were capturing some very strange sounds.
Was it you that threw something? My name's Chris and this is Adam, and you'll recognise Ian. We've been asked to come and film a show. Adam. Maybe. Adam. Are there any actors or actresses down here? Maybe you're not used to the cameras that Adam's holding. That's what we're here to do, is film a show tonight. We want you to be in it. It's what you like to do, perform. Maybe you'd like to put on a show tonight and scare us. That's what we're trying to do, a ghost story. Everybody loves a ghost story. Would you like to be part of one?
Yeah, as we know, obviously not getting that much through it doesn't mean that was sort of a failure, does it? It means it just makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Especially there was definitely one or two clear words, but obviously what they are, unfortunately, we didn't pick up in the moment.
Yeah,
but we
by
will.
now you'll know if it was his name. Unsurprisingly, a female voice, so it probably was no name. Clark Gable. Yeah.
But it's an interesting start though, especially when you know the main part of what we thought we were going to film was going to be upstairs.
Yeah.
So this is sort of like a little bit of an added bonus. And yeah, frustratingly, I'm out the room and something, probably the best thing that's going to happen tonight happened.
And
So
potentially just off camera. It's
Yeah.
you know, and also the one room where we're using normal USB lights. Because we literally, this is the first place we've ever come to, and we've gone, you know, we could have done with a fourth CCTV light, a fifth, but we might get a nice surprise. There are some cameras in here, so I'm hoping.
I think when we leave the room though, I think probably because there's one by the stage, isn't there?
Yeah.
So if we end up taking that and leaving this one here, we might give you a full sort of picture of the room. And I think with that sort of happening as well, we've got it really happening.
Yeah, exactly. So the next time you see us, we're going to be in a different section, but in between that, we're just going to mix this up a little bit and give you a stronger shot for down here. So yeah, we'll. That's the end of Act 1, Scene 1.
Yeah.
Hey? You want to come and see it? No, I'm alright, thanks, sir. Yeah, do a dressing room first, and then I'll see you above the stage.
Yeah, wait for Grandad. Here we go.
These are the sites of the original dressing rooms. We just did them up about 10 years ago.
Oh, there's a bed. I like that.
Oh yeah, that's for those 2 show days. People sneaking in for a little nap between
Yeah, I don't
shows.
blame them.
So I think it's time to run the Spirit Talker. We're in one of the old dressing rooms at the Royal Court, and who knows, this just could be a really small 5-minute filler or could be half an hour, we don't quite know yet. So yeah, there's not sort of too much to kind of look at visually, so let's see if anything or anyone wants to maybe come through on this. So there's a word database in here, and it's said that supposed spirits can manipulate frequencies to choose words, and maybe we can have a conversation. So that's on now, and I'll pop it on there. Okay, so if there's anybody in here or in this building now that does want to come through and talk to us, we don't mean any harm, we don't mean any disrespect. There's a device here, just on my left hand side, that you can choose a word and we can have a conversation. So maybe you'd like to start with trying to find your name, and maybe you can tell us your name. My name's Adam, this is Chris.
Hi.
Also Ian's with us.
Hello.
You might maybe recognise him or know him. We'll see him quite a lot. You might also hear some excess noise from the road just behind me. Guys.
Just outside that window, guys. Obviously, for those that know the location, that's Queen Square bus terminus right outside. So
nothing we can do about that. So maybe, is there anybody here who used to maybe perform here? Either maybe a few years ago or maybe many hundred years ago?
I want you out.
Okay.
I want you out. Oh, nice.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I mean, like what we usually do with this and put sort of into context if you're in someone's dressing room.
Exactly.
Trying to get ready and, you know, for a performance and get out, because I'm trying to...
It's quite good, that. I like that. Yeah.
Trying to compose yourself.
So we do apologise. We are, you know, maybe you don't see us how we are. Maybe you can only hear us, and we apologise within your space. We've never had that before, though, that phrase, I want you out. Been told to get out plenty of times.
Several times, yeah. Just by spirits as well.
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason then that you don't want us in here?
Among.
Among.
I'm still around.
Among. Well, I was going to say that means, you know, following us around kind of thing. I'm still around. It'd be very relevant for when you're trying to make contact with spirits or ghosts.
So are you male or female? Maybe you could try and give us your name. Or maybe even a year that you were here. Or is there a certain particular place or part of the building where you are?
I'm going to leave.
Okay. Well, thank you for communicating with us, if that was you indeed that was talking to us. We respect that, and maybe you want to try and communicate a little bit later on or somewhere else in the building. We'd appreciate that. Well,
I think, I mean, maybe they've gone to jump on stage and perform, mate. It's probably a good point to let's end a little short spirit sort of session, but
short bursts. But
yeah.
I think from a quiet sort of 2 minutes to start, and then.
Well, exactly, and it went from, you know, get out of here basically to I'm going to leave. It's like maybe we just interrupted that last little bit of getting themselves ready.
Yeah. It's time to go and see what else the building's got to offer.
Exactly, see if the same spirit wants to go and perform. You've got one white dress like that, haven't you? Know?
Supposed to know.
That's a bit bigger though.
There you go. So we're above the stage now.
Bloody washing machine now, isn't there?
How do you get a washing machine up here?
Careful.
Yeah, carefully.
For the actual practicalities, each of these bars has got a rope on the other side with the same number, and each of those ropes has a counterweight on the bottom with the same weight that's on the bar, so you can just pull them in nice and easy because it's all counterweighted.
I know. I mean, here you go, guys. I know it's in night vision, but you'd be privileged to view that that not many actually get. One of Liverpool's most iconic buildings.
Spying of a phaser over there. You know, we're quite good at doing phasers, aren't we?
Yeah, that's Liverpool's second best theatre, that. Until the Playhouse invites us in, and it's the third best.
Come over to the far side and you'll see the whatever.
What lies beneath?
So you can see every bar's got its corresponding rope.
Wow.
So for all the technology, there's a good old-fashioned mathematics and
This,
engineering.
the various bits that we've refitted in the building, this is the bit that we haven't had to do. This was in 1938. And, you know, we've refettled the ropes and things like that, but the system is the system. It's a counterweight flying system. They got it right in 1938.
Oh, brilliant.
That's what, you know, there's a superstition that you don't whistle backstage. That's where it comes from, because the flies used to be operated by sailors who were off the ships, you know, just going way back. And they operated on whistle calls. You know, now it's all radio.
Yeah.
You use off-long whistle calls. So if you gave 3 whistles, bar number 3 came in. If you gave 2 short and 1 long, bar number 7 came in. But if you're an actor and you're walking across and you're just whistling a happy tune, then bar number 23 is going to come in and go bang, and it can end.
Right.
You go,
That's you later then when you do your left field and whistle.
Well, we're going to cut that, and then I'm going to explain that to camera now, and I'm going to look like really clever.
He forgets who does the editing. So whereabouts has someone been seen actually on this side?
On this side, one of the lads was up here, and between calls there's not much to do here, but he swears that someone walked out of the wall there, walked towards him and then walked back in through the wall there. There was someone dressed as a cavalier, which is something that's come up a couple of times.
A couple of devices on the floor, up here, and also down on the stage. If you walk past them or go near them, they'll just light up, and it'll let us know that that's where you are. It won't do you any harm. So if you can, maybe try and use our energy and go near to one of the devices. Maybe just run your hand over it, or just walk past it.
If there's anybody down on the stage, maybe you can tap your feet, bang on something, let us know where you are. We're waiting to see somebody perform for us and put on a show.
Whilst you would be forgiven for mistaking this shimmer as a ghostly apparition on the stage, sadly, it's just some of the dressing for the set design.
It's shots like that, guys, where you got to really trust that you've screwed the rig in properly, because you've got 200 quid's worth of gear hanging over the edge of the stage.
It's a good job I definitely didn't set this rig up, because you've seen it be mad as the amount of times that camera came off the rig. So, but I mean, there's just so much to see here, isn't there? And obviously the main part of the episode probably is going to be the theatre, isn't it? But it's little extra things like this that, you know, you'd never actually see if you came here. So it's really good to obviously show it off and spend a bit of time. And you know, as Ian said, it's got a bit of a story to it as well, and history right here behind us as well.
Exactly. And as we've said at the start, guys, there's layers to the history in here, and it is a massive privilege, you know, to be allowed to come up here. And albeit in night vision, but sometimes night vision shows stuff off even better. And, you know, another ghost story of the Royal Court. So I think it's time to move on, because eventually someone's going to have to give us a show on that stage, mate.
That's it, right.
Even if it's us. go. So I'll just point out, guys, as we come back down into the main part now, but where we've just been is right the way up there, so that's where you've just seen us. But again, what a privilege to be able to take you literally behind the scenes, but with the ghost story as well.
So yeah, we've just had a little bit of a reset and a reshuffle. We've just come up to the main part of the face now. We're still on this absolutely amazing stage, ready to perform. Luckily, it's not sold out. We haven't sold any tickets, to be honest, unfortunately.
We've sold one, yeah.
There's one ticket, so if you hear any booing, you know that is. But yeah, I think before we do anything else, maybe what might be quite good, I know Chris won't know anything yet, but if maybe we put in the other two lock-off pictures and show you sort of, we're down here. The second camera is just coming into shot now, and also the third camera is just coming into shot now. The second camera is just coming into shot now, and also the third camera is just coming now, and also the third camera is just coming now, and also the third camera is just coming into shot now. And maybe we'll just call out for a minute or two and sort of see if anything kind of reacts on any cameras.
Good idea. He's followed them lately, isn't he? It's going to be a good year, 2024. I can feel it.
Okay, so if there is anybody here in this theatre with us, hi, my name's Adam and this is Chris.
Hello.
We don't mean any harm, we don't mean any disrespect. We're just here to explore this absolutely beautiful building. If you're in here or around and do want to make yourself known to us, please can you knock on something or tap on something? There's lots of devices that are near some chairs or in the aisles that light up. Lots of devices that are near some chairs or in the aisles, near some chairs or in the aisles. Near some chairs or in the aisles that light up. Maybe you could go near one of them and touch one of them and let us know that you hear us now.
Don't be afraid of anything we've put down. It might make a noise, but it can't hurt you.
Oh no, that was probably the wind and the draft. That was a great little creak there behind the camera.
I heard that myself.
Yeah.
Did you think that was behind the camera?
Yeah.
I thought it was in front of the camera.
No, I thought it was in that corner. Okay. Well, sometimes it's quite hard to sort of see what's up there. Yeah, so who knows what, obviously you'd have already seen it now, just the way the angles of the cameras are, we might not be able to see everything, so fingers crossed that something might have maybe happened or moved past the camera or lit up.
Again, guys, it's all experimental. You know, we didn't expect anything to happen, and thankfully we had a camera run downstairs when there wasn't even 3 of us in the room, and that cat ball's being pushed quite violently off that chair. So, as always, we're going with the flow of the night, but at the same time, we've got an opportunity of a lifetime here for Haunted Scouse. It's something that you've never seen us do before, which is come here to the Royal Court, and we are on one of the most famous stages in the Northwest, so we're going to make the most of it.
Yeah, it might be time for maybe try an S-box and get a bit of noise. It'd be interesting to see how the noise of that sort of echoes around. And
Yeah.
I know downstairs there wasn't too much, but maybe up here, in the main theatre.
Yeah, because I know this, obviously it's a theatre, guys. The sound carries from here all the way to the back. So to blast an S-box out from here, it would be interesting to see the lock-offs pick anything up as an interaction with it.
Yeah.
Or if a cat ball gets flung from the very back towards one of us, get out.
Okay, so let's go with the S-box. See, so there's a device in my hand, and if you do want to maybe try and communicate with us, you can use this and maybe try and tell us your name or tell us something about yourself. You try to use your name. Maybe you can tell us where we are, where I'm standing.
Get out.
Male voice. It's a male that we're talking to. It's a female, maybe?
It is. That was clearly, it is.
Okay. Could you tell us your name, please? You've been seen here by maybe the people that work here. You've shown yourself to people here.
Yeah. Male. Business. Show business.
Okay. Can you maybe give us a year that you were here? Or if not, tell us what this building was when you were here. Was it for entertainment?
50s. Definitely 50 or 50s. Did something happen to you here? I mean, we're talking to you from a theatre. Maybe this was different when you were here. Maybe you could tell us the name of the king or the queen. George. Let's say George. I don't know how many Georges we've had. Is there only two?
Rather than maybe stay on the stage, we'll do maybe a lap of the first floor.
I'll film you getting off the stage.
I'll wait to see you get off.
Pregnant with cheeky guests.
Just walk around and see if there's any point that you wanted to stop. Maybe you can tell us something? Like really posh art.
Yeah. Some well-spoken voices.
Maybe you were an artist? A performer?
That's just Ian there, guys. That was like a full sentence question. That what would?
Do you recognise anybody here now?
You like me?
More scatty though as you're walking through.
Yeah. I can cut that, you're alright.
Go this way.
Anything you could tell us about where we are? Maybe about the city, the area, the land?
Up on deck. I mean, if there was a sailor that worked here on the ropes, that definitely sounded like it said up on deck. Maybe they did use, be interesting to know if they used sailor terminology.
It was a bit of a quiet start, but then as
Picked
we
up,
sort of
yeah.
walked around, it was, yeah. It was definitely, at least over when we were over there, I'm sure it was like a full sentence, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting again, listening back to sort of see what, if anything, we did sort of pick up that we could kind of relate to the buildings, the history of the area. So.
It's definitely been interesting. It's like, I apologise, the chrome dome's out, it's quite warm. But yeah, it's an interesting building to walk around anyway, but we've done 2 layers now. So now it's time to just creep up one more and then before we get to the final level, but I think it's working so far, spending a bit of time on each.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously the further we go up now, I mean, it's seats really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it is just about kind of just sitting down and just calling out and seeing, you know, if anything kind of does happen or any equipment goes off. And yeah, so this is, and especially when I was right up on that top level, setting the cameras up, whatever was up there was definitely interacting. So maybe it's, maybe if we do go up, something might come down or vice versa. So
it's usually the way, isn't it? We walk in a room, they go out the other side.
And walks in, I usually go out anyway. So. Okay, so we're up on the first floor now here at the Royal Court, and yeah, as you can see, great view, brilliant shot of the stage where the REM pod is the main attraction at the moment. There's still a few cat balls as well down there, as well as a lot of different bits of kit that's up here. The K2 is just behind the camera there. I think maybe we'll just sit down and call out and maybe we'll do something that we haven't done for a while, mate, and maybe try an EVP or two.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? This is the perfect place. It's so quiet.
Yeah, so I think let's find a seat and let's get going.
Quite a loud noise, don't
I heard that, yeah. Sort of right hand side.
Yeah.
Thing is, again, that's how long we've had that in that position.
Yeah.
So we're really just starting to pump up now when we're asking questions and calling out.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll perfect place to try an EVP. But yeah, but before I did get a shot of it before, so I'll drop the shot in, guys. But this seat that I've got my hand on is actually dedicated to the one and only Ken Dodd. So it's so yeah, it's quite a privilege to even just say his name and be sat in a theatre like this, and yeah, it's that's not who we're trying to make contact with now, by the way, guys. We just wanted to point out that the history of theatres like this is all about people like Ken Dodd. And if there is somebody who's watching who's thinking, who's Ken Dodd? Firstly, shame on you. Second, go and enjoy yourself and find some clips of him on YouTube. Whether it's just because I'd mentioned Ken Dodd as well, I'm sure I said any Doddy at the start other than anybody. Is there any Doddy here? Now it goes quiet. At one point I couldn't tell whether it was down there
both.
or here.
The minute it sort of played it back, it started on the stage as well.
I think maybe what I'll try might be interesting. I'll try another one, but if you stay there.
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be good to get a further back shot of you.
Strange then, probably someone was pushing me down.
Do it again, please.
Honestly, I went to kind of pull the seat forward and it's like someone was pushing me back, so I couldn't pull the seat forward.
It's back there.
Whilst you can't actually see anything physically pushing me, you can clearly see when I stick my arm out. I'm fighting against something that is unseen. I can only describe it as felt like somebody was pushing me back when I wanted to stand up.
Well, again, it's interesting that REM pod hasn't alarmed
It's settled.
temperature-wise, yeah. So, as much as, you know, it was going off for a good minute or two, and then it's just now.
Yeah. And that is the fear, that it keeps going off, and you go down, you have to press temp 0, which isn't trying to say you didn't just pick up on something, guys, but if it keeps going, it can get stuck in a loop. But it stopped, thankfully, because that means we didn't have to go all the way downstairs and back out on.
It means I didn't, did it? There's no way you're getting all the way back down and back up.
Very, very different feel up here. Yeah. It's just, if I hadn't panned the camera around, there's just, it seats all the way to the back, but honestly, guys, it's just.
See.
Yeah. That was up here, wasn't it? Hello? Did we just hear you? Oh shit. I thought there was an extra step and there wasn't. That was definitely here,
It
wasn't it?
sounded somewhere down there, and it was, you'll see, when you were doing that EVP, listening back to it, you'll see me pan the camera up that way, because you might not hear the noise because you were obviously talking over it, but I definitely heard it. So But then the second one was very audible. Oh. Okay. Slowly starting to come alive a little bit. If that was you who just made that noise, then can you try and do it again for us, please? Not that noise, that was the other noise, sorry. Not the noise on that device. If there's someone's up somewhere here, well, I'm not even going to touch that because you're going to think. Maybe try and tap on something or knock on something, maybe a little bit like this. Maybe try and walk around so we could hear your footsteps. We don't mean you any harm or any disrespect. We're here to try and communicate with you. Maybe you're sat in a particular seat. Maybe you're just on the stage.
It's performance time, isn't it? What is it now? Time-wise?
Time?
Yeah.
Just come off
8 o'clock, so therefore, yes, it would be time for the first act, maybe. Right, okay guys, so we've got one more level to do, and this is the level with the notorious D12.
Yeah, I mean, I set the camera up there, and all the cap balls and things and equipment was just instantaneously going off. The cap ball again might have moved. It might have just been some natural thing about how I'm putting them out today. Who knows? But yeah, my eyes just been, every time I've been sort of on the stage, it's been drawn to this top level, and yeah, so I'm quite interested to go and see what we can find up there.
Yeah, exactly. And because this is more or less the last level we've got to do, I think we'll spend quite a while just listening and calling out, and then do a spirit talker session. I think it's time to max out the venue. We've done all the layers, and let's face it, we can go and sit down in a comfy chair as well. You know, what's not to like about that?
Yeah, it's a cheap seat, so he knows all about that, doesn't he, Suzanne? Yeah.
Take no notice. And here we go as well, guys. So what I'll do, I'll ask Ian if he doesn't mind to tell us about this once more.
Yeah, sure. That is an original 1953 carbon arc spotlight, which was we found in the lime rooms and the limelight rooms when we first moved in. The way it works is 2 carbon rods pushed really close together with a bright spark, and then that light's reflected all the way down the end. So they must have generated a hell of a lot of heat in their day. So I wouldn't have fancied being the operator trapped in that little room with that thing. What a piece of theatre history.
I was going to say, it literally is a piece of theatre and Liverpool history right there, guys. And yeah, when you do come here to watch a play, by the way, you've got to come up and, you know, I want selfies next to that to prove you were here. Just give me 20 minutes to catch my breath and then we'll go. Bag of goodies there.
Drop it all the way up in the rafters now. Yeah.
We really are, you know, literally no seats behind us now, guys, no. That's it.
Best seats in the house.
Yeah.
You see everything and everyone. People watchers, these are seats for you.
This is where you want to be, yeah.
watch people like me trying to walk up steps and
With,
almost fall.
yeah, probably carrying 7 pints just for him.
Oh, it's plastic cups, isn't it? So
True, yeah,
difficult.
it is. Straws, that's the way forward.
If you are here and you'd like to come and talk to us, you may be making noise.
Like
That
that.
was instantaneous, that. And again, you could argue that might be the fabric of the building, but... Thank you, if that was you. Can you maybe try and do that again, but louder? Just so we definitely know that was you. If you can't, maybe you could do something else.
I mean, coincidental or not, it was bang on cue,
It was.
which is something we dismiss too easily sometimes. Asking, can you make a noise?
And I think also when what I'm probably worse for as well, to try and like debunk it, to go, okay, well, if you've done it once, can you do it again but louder? But if you buy into the fact that that takes an awful lot of energy to do that possibly once,
Yeah.
to try and do it again but even louder than that time, that it probably wouldn't happen sort of instantaneously.
Yeah, and then we both love our football, and there's nothing better than watching one of your players put one in the top corner from 40 yards, but turn around and say, can you do that again? You know, maybe it's that kind of equivalent of putting it into modern thing of, it is, if you believe in it, as you just said, the energy taken to do that then. And then somebody wants to do, if you can't do it again, it wasn't you, I don't believe you.
Maybe you're just watching the wrong scene, mate. This is a place that you...
Do you hear that then down there?
No.
Sounds like a creek down there.
It's a lot closer.
Yeah.
You just sat down.
Wow, that was loud.
Thank you. Let's have a little walk around possibly and sort of see.
Maybe go down towards that corner where we heard the noises, and you go along there, I'll follow you along, yeah.
Somewhere on the side, I think. Sounds like it was in the corner, and then sort of where you are.
Yeah.
Is there anybody here that would like to come and talk to us? Device in my hand, or you can still...
Edith.
Edith.
Okay, that's the first name that we've got. We did ask for a name. That's the first thing out. So Edith, hi. Perhaps you're somebody who used to work here. And maybe you're somebody who came here and just absolutely loves this beautiful building and frequents here to watch the shows, to watch the people. Maybe you're a performer. Maybe you could try and do something for us now to show us that you are here. Maybe someone's on a different level.
You see us.
You see us. So us implying that there's more than one of you. Maybe you can try and show yourself so we can see you, because at the moment we can't. Be able to see you if you go towards some of the red lights that you can see in the room. And There's one on the stage. Chris has two in his hand as well, so maybe you can go and stand near him. Maybe you could tell us how old you are?
Demonstrate.
Demonstrate.
Demonstrate, yeah. I mean,
Script.
Script.
script. Okay.
Okay.
So I mean, demonstrate would mean the same as rehearse as a demonstration, or it's a performance.
I'm standing among you.
Okay.
Didn't we get that in that dressing room?
Maybe we got
I'm among.
I'm among us, or I'm among you. Okay. Well, thank you. If you could maybe do something to show us that you are standing amongst us. Maybe you could go and sit in one of the chairs. Maybe choose a seat. Fold it down, just like so, and I'll demonstrate. And sit in it. Obviously, just to let you know that, like with most theatres, guys, these chairs will go all the way back up. So if something does go
I've
down,
been here 100 years.
I've been here 100 years. Okay. Now, ordinarily, you'd say that was me.
never had that before. Have we?
No, and that goes back. Wow, do you know when you think about it then? So I know, so that'd take us back to what, 1924. So I know we've still got Ian over the other side there, guys. Ian, the theatre that was here before the Royal Court,
You must help.
what year was it built? Do you know?
1881, and then it burned down. There were a couple of small fires in the 1920s, and then it burned down in 1933.
Right, okay, so, yeah. And that was the theatre that you said the lady that's supposed to, or the person that's supposed to have fallen from up here,
That's right, yeah.
was that theatre. So potentially, I've been here 100 years, would relate back 1924 to that theatre.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, getting up on this level and getting that, mate.
Yeah.
Cheers, eh? Thanks, mate. The voice from the abyss.
So, in
20.
20,
20.
an age.
An age, yeah, or a year. I mean, I've been here 100 years. It's close enough to 1920.
Yeah. Okay. Did something happen to this building then? Maybe you can tell us what happened. See if it doesn't look like it did when you were here 100 years ago. Maybe you could tell us something about the history of the building.
Civil.
Civil or Sybil?
Not like Basil Fawlty. Sibyl.
Civil, as in. Well, I mean, and that's the kind of wording that would, phrasing that would be. It's, you had a civil society, and coming to the theatre would be something civil to do rather than go round the corner to the pub. I would just say, by the way, and I know you'll be watching it, Tabs, our resident researcher, if you can find anything
There's
out.
many of us.
So there's many of us. Yeah, if Tabs can work a magic again.
There's your challenge.
Yeah.
Well, there's anyone else's challenge as well. If you're obviously, into your history, get looking sort of predating 100 years.
Yeah.
Anyone called Edith, you'd be really helping us, and drop it in the comments. And then whilst you're there as well, make sure that you've give us one of them, and you subscribe as well. So it's just somewhere about here.
Yeah,
Just press
there
that
it is,
subscribe.
right there. Well done.
So, just as we make our way down, there's a seat here where we've got the device. That is the infamous D12. You've sunk my battleship, as they say. So, but yeah, apparently it's one of the least popular seats in the theatre because it's the least sold. It's always seats around it and near it sell, but for some reason, D12, no one wants to sit in it. What's the reason? Who knows? But the minute I put a REM pod on it, just as I was setting the lock off up and had a cat ball near it, stuff started happening. So,
I mean, curiosity-wise, I'm thinking whilst you're holding the spirit talker, maybe D12 is where you should plonk your derriere, mate.
My name is Rose.
Rose, okay. So maybe that's who we're getting towards now then.
not to actually sit in D12.
Yeah.
Purposely putting things behind me because I don't like things behind me. So, and that's more of a enticing things to kind of happen. So.
Civil.
Civil again.
Civil for the second time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Destination.
Unknown.
I don't want to talk.
Okay.
Christ, that's...
You don't want to talk, it's firing.
Army.
Army. Oh, I mean...
The tub.
The what?
The tub.
The tub.
Yeah, like the bathtub.
The tub. Yeah.
I mean, again, we know that this device can just spew out sort of randomness as well, which is why we obviously like the spirit
Yeah,
talker,
but that
how interesting that is.
5 on the bounce.
Uh-huh.
Army and the tub. I mean, obviously, I wonder if the tub was. I mean, again, it could be naval terminology. The tub, the ship. I might be, scratching around for something here, but sometimes we throw stuff away and somebody else says, no, that actually was, the tub. I mean,
sort of the back end of the theatre was known as the tub.
yeah.
But yeah, again, probably completely miles away, scratching for answers, as you said, but it's strange that that's just literally done that as it sat down here.
Yeah, well, exactly. We got a name, civil, I mean, army, the tub. I mean, for all we know, maybe, they say someone fell, someone had an accident. Did they fall? Was it an accident?
Fact.
Fact. Okay, so you did fall then? I'll just pass you that a sec, just so you've got, just if anything does happen.
Harriet.
Harriet.
What?
Harriet.
Harriet.
Oh. Hang on. Oh, that's you, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah.
Thought it was the REM on the stage. It was like, I've just turned the temperature off on that.
Major.
Major.
You understand when you sort of put the bed back now, aren't you?
Oh yeah, it's where we sat.
Child.
Child. Is there a child here somewhere? Maybe you're sat behind me or near me. You maybe try and make one of the objects light up. It's on the chair.
Mason.
What did it say? Mason. A bit late.
Wrong building.
We were quick to dismiss the word Mason because, funnily enough, the week before we had filmed in the Masonic Lodge over on the Wirral. However, the amazing Tabitha and her research revealed that C.H. Mason was in fact the first ever manager of the Royal Corps back in 1938. Do you want
It happened here.
Oh Christ, it happened here. Okay. I'll still include these bits, guys, because all I'm doing is just changing lights, so it doesn't stop what's going on around us.
It's not, and obviously we're going to do an EVP in a minute, so maybe we'll find out what actually happened here.
Can you snatch both those lights off? In fact, they are passes. You grab them.
Okay, so let's try
Hang on.
Maybe
Right, yeah. The spirit talk is still on as well. Sound. Right, so that's what the. Right, so that's what the. Right, so that's what the. What was that?
It's a cat ball. That's definitely a cat ball. It's not been knocked off.
That was definitely down there, wasn't it?
Definitely. Hello? No. Thing is, what we'll do. Really? All as well. Right, if we go down to that level, because obviously we're going to have to work out what that was. You know where you set the equipment up, don't you?
More or less.
Roughly. So if a cat ball sort of moved, I think that sounded like a cat ball falling.
Let's just try an experiment. Right. So, let's just try something just for the sound. Willing to sacrifice a cat ball here.
I mean, it was more so the roll and noise,
Yeah.
but because the thing was, what I first thought was, I set 2 up. Obviously,
Yeah.
you've just took that one, and I thought it was the other one.
No.
But the other one's there. You can clearly see it's in shot. So I thought, oh, he's just gone and knocked one of my 2. What does that say? Did that say something ball?
I think it's Archibald, but creative it said I lost a cat ball.
Stuck here.
Archibald, so that would be the kid stuck here. Shall I leave this running?
I think so, just
Yeah.
for now. And I think we're going to have to go.
Beautiful. And then, yeah, we need to check that out. So, yeah, I think just... Did you hear that? Did you hear that from up there, by the way?
I heard like something dropping to the floor, like on the wooden floor.
Yeah.
A clack.
9. Would you say that was probably the level below?
I don't know, I think so.
Yeah.
It fell onto a wooden floor, it's carpeted down on the bottom. So
Yeah.
if it wasn't on stage, it was on.
Sounded like that said wood then. Okay, let's just go and see if we can.
Just when you think it's going to be a little bit quiet.
It's definitely been a thing with cat balls tonight though, hasn't it? And sort of dropping on the floor.
Just when you're thinking, guys, activity-wise it's going a little bit quiet. But that's what we said on camera, you move away from an area. So it's in here, doesn't it? So, maybe if we walk down the middle and go and sweep. My IR light's still on, isn't it? So it wasn't the K2.
No, Katie wouldn't have made that noise. See if I call it where my torches, but I haven't got one.
So there's a cat ball on the back of a chair there. There's another cat ball on the back of the chair. That was that metallic sound again then.
You equally really want to see a cat ball on the floor, but then if you don't, that's really going to be frustrating, that.
But from our perspective, there's a lock-off camera there.
Yeah.
So what's the lock-off? Oh yeah, no, cat ball. I'll let you in. You know,
Right, okay. So, just here. Yeah. So just here, there's the cap.
Guarantee that's out of shot, pardon my French. The story of our life, this.
So where
No, it's in shot.
is it?
Turn your camera away. Oh, that rose in shot.
Is it?
Yeah.
So would it have been? Well, I mean, it's bingo bango, isn't it? Because even if it was on that one, it would have rolled down, wouldn't it? So as long as that first row's in shot, then fingers crossed that we've just captured something then. Because, and the thing is, we've done this whole level as well. I don't know if we're even in shot. If I'm in shot there or not. But yeah. Sorry, I've just flipped.
I can see you.
Just to get us both in shot here. Obviously, we've just done this whole flick on the K2. Just done this whole level, and we were walking up and down, and not one ball has dropped. Now you can say they're precariously sort of placed on the edges of seats, but
Well, they have been all night and we're walking around.
As you can see from these shots from earlier in the night, Adam walks right past the very same seat that this cat ball is sat on. And Chris follows quickly on, and if you look carefully, the camera can see the cat ball still sat undisturbed, even though both of us walked right past. So what did move the cat ball?
There it is.
Again, as we prepare to leave the section, you can clearly see that the cat ball is right in the centre of the chair.
But hopefully that is this camera.
Because we've got doubts about the start of the night and whether that's been picked up.
Chris may have felt the need to pray, but there was really no need, as this time the camera captured the moment the cat ball moved off the chair.
What was that?
That's a cat ball.
What was that?
That's a cat ball. Yeah.
I mean, guys, you know we've just reacted to it up there, and I'll have pictured all of this section for us coming into shot and things like that. So you've got a timeline on both cameras, and if we haven't captured it, it's the most frustrating thing in the world. But at the same time, you know, you guys trust us, that's why you watch us, that's why we use the multiple cameras, so nobody can throw anything our way and say, oh well, that's easy, there's somebody else down there. You know, Ian's with us. Ian's because he's heard with dodgy bloke, so he's keeping an eye on us all night, aren't you?
You can see him up there.
But Ian's been on the same level as us, as you've seen on that camera when we've come downstairs. So you know, we could have turned around and not told you about Ian. About 4 times in the comments on this episode, somebody would have typed, "There's a fella over the other side of the room." You know, but anything that's coming through, it's been brilliant to get a little blast of history from him. But also for Ian, but you know, when he comes into work tomorrow, there's a couple of things now that, you know, he's able to turn around and say, well, yeah, been dodgy, but yeah, let's. I think we need to go back up and.
If I'll just take that, I'll go and put that back.
Yeah.
Just to see that's the shot for me. I don't know where it was. Go back up and do what we were going to do.
Carry on. But it's interesting. We're allowing it. This is what I said earlier on. We're allowing it to lead us.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and that's not, you know, the fact we've come down to check on that as you know, paid dividends because we found the cat ball on the floor.
Yeah. Just the 360.
We're not that lucky. Just while we're resetting as well, this is, where's he gone? There he is. This is the great thing having you with us, by the way. Having somebody that knows the building so well and knows all the noises and everything, experienced these, you know, it might be
it is small bits of phenomena,
Yeah.
but these small bits are just, you know.
Well, it is, and you know, I don't know. I can tell you, there's no drafts around here. There's no slope on the seats. There's no. So if something falls off, like it did there in the circle, but the one in the studio in the basement was the one for me because we stood right there.
Yeah, and the armrest lean back slightly.
Yeah,
for
no way
comfort.
for that
Not going to be comfortable if an armrest leans forward.
No, so it's
Be the one when we get back down there to sort bits out and everything's just on the floor.
That's it. I'm interested to see what you can find in the edit from all the fixtures.
Yeah, well, I'm intrigued because we might have give you a new D12 downstairs.
I know, yeah, we might have found it.
Let's just see what we've...
I've been here 150 years.
150 years now. Okay, so we're going right through the layers.
That's just when we left because when Ian said something dropped or rolled on the wooden floor, it said wood.
Did it?
Yeah. And then danger. And then boots. Then phone. I was 80. Calm. Hannah. My throat, the loft. And reaching out, good spirit. 8. And I've been here 150 years.
So there's a lot of ages and numbers in there which we don't usually get. How many times do we ask for an age?
I know.
Right guys, so what we've decided to do, I have come down to the second level where that cat ball came flying, or hopefully came flying off the seat. Adam stayed in the cheap seats on the top level. And yeah, we've split up for the last 10 minutes. We're just gonna do a little bit of calling out and see what else we can find before the curtain has to fall on our night at the Royal Court. But yeah, as Adam said earlier on, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below and give us a thumbs up because this has got to be worth it. In fact, let me just move it, and I'll say to camera, I've got a K2 that's going off its head next to me. I'll put it on a seat, but I want to move away from it so no one can blame me. Right, so you can see now, guys, I've moved up. That you?
No, it's a ghost. I did not just do that. I went to the K2 right at the top and thought, oh, I'll just go and get that. And yeah, I got a lot there.
Honestly, the lad should have been in demolition, not teaching. That's why, guys, the expensive REM pod is all the way down there on the stage, well out the way of him. I'll dual shot this so we can see what he's up to. You want a pair of tap shoes up there?
What?
What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I have to go all the way to the back to get the cake too. You kind of think like the cat ball falling off there, it sort of just peaked massively.
Yeah, because my thought down here at the moment is along the lines of maybe the time we're on now, this would be the time they'd be sat and watching a performance. And maybe, I mean, you tie it all in with that kind of thing. They can't hear us because they're concentrating on the performance. But again, as we often say, mate, it's do hauntings loop? is there a timeline when you get energy? If we went back to the same building one day every week for a month, would we get similar periods of activity and inactivity?
I don't know, we'd just have to ask him at the Royal.
That wasn't a hint, by the way, but you know.
Most subtle hint ever.
Yeah, same time next week. We'll bring biscuits. Yeah, I think maybe performance is over, mate.
Yeah, it's getting to that point, isn't it? I think it's time to round the equipment up and we'll meet you in the stage in a moment.
Yeah, okie doke. So there then ends another night, but what a night, guys. The Royal Court. Ooh. Yeah, we can hopefully start creating a whole series on the channel of theatres.
That's 2 now in the city centre, so again, if there are any other theatres out there that do want to have a paranormal team in to conduct an investigation just like tonight, please hit us up on the channel and let us know.
So look what we can do, and yeah, we'll start. Maybe we'll start nosing at what you've got that is worth tying up with us, and maybe we'll help each other, promote each other's ventures. Yeah.
So that's the end of the investigation here at Liverpool Royal Court. How do you think it went, mate?
Wow. I mean, honestly, guys, we had such a fantastic start when he wasn't even in the room, and we don't know. We're praying that a couple of times tonight the cameras have captured what we've experienced, because we were starting to kind of fear that initial cat ball can only be described as getting pushed off the arm of those chairs was going to be it for the night. But no, it was interesting going through the layers, and before we wax lyrical and carry on, massive thanks to Ian for being along with us tonight and being here to open up. And we'll give a shout out to Alan as well, who's been here today, sitting in the background, just making sure that things work properly for us. But yeah, fantastic night.
Honestly, I think, like you said, when we just took a little bit of time on each sort of layer, and you know, the further we went, the more that sort of started to happen, the more the building kind of woke up as well. But I think most definitely tonight, you can slag them all you want, but the cat ball seems to have paid dividends, whether you want to say that people jumping up and down and clapping, setting them off, but actually we've had 2 occasions there where they've actually moved. They've gone from point A to point B, and fingers crossed, we'll have seen it now that we've got it on camera. But yeah, I mean, what a privilege to sort of be in somewhere like this and actually do what we do. And again, massive thanks to you guys for watching as well.
Yeah, and also, as we said at the beginning, all the details are going to be there for the Haunted Scouse play. Make sure you get along and support the cast, support the crew, support a local theatre. And when you do come along, you know what to do, don't you? Sit on the front row with your Haunted Scouse hoodie on, and people will start asking you questions.
But if anything does go wrong in that play, we didn't do it. It's got nothing to do with us. So, like we've already had some camera malfunctions tonight, haven't we? Which are a bit of a strange one. So, yeah, hopefully we do actually have an episode. But yeah, I'm looking forward. It's the 9th of February till the 9th of March. It runs Haunted Scouse, and yeah, get there and tell them the Haunted Scouse sent you.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we've give you as well a couple of extra seats to look out for.
All the way up in the rafters.
Not only is it D12 now, which one was it on just behind us here where the cat ball fell off? And that's why we wanted to finish on this shot, guys, because we're not getting in the way of that. And wow, that's all you can say. It's like, this is what we need to keep open in this city, and this is a huge privilege for us to be in here tonight. So if we've done our little bit, then we can be proud of it. But I think for the episode wise, mate, that's it.
Yeah, and like we said, thanks very, very much for watching. If you haven't already and you're new to us, hit that subscribe button. It's just somewhere here. Give it a click. It's free. It helps us. And yeah, check out the rest of the channel as well. There's lots to see. There's lots of different places. Also, there's a theatre called the Epstein. I don't know if you've heard of it, but we've got an episode from there as well. And yeah, just why don't you check out the channel membership while you're here as well.
Yeah, exactly. That merch that you might wear to come here, you'll get 10% off it. And when we do our own events, you get 10% off events when you've got a channel membership as well. So we're literally giving you your memberships back, but every bit of your membership goes back into making superb episodes. But yeah, for us, it's a Sunday night. We come out on a school night for you to do this one, guys. So I think it's time we got ourselves home and ready for bed.
Definitely. So, as usual, we'll see you all on the next one.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Ta-da.
Thank you. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. This is Alan. So, you know, he's been very patient waiting for us tonight as well. So we've given you the shout out there, mate, on the outro. Much appreciated. Thanks very much, mate.
Oh,